people get involved in your campaign. They say, you know what, I love this woman, I love what she's doing, she's fighting for us.
And I expect all of you guys to get involved with conservative media and be heard today, tax day, April 15th, and again, November, when we take this country back from the people that are trying to control you and make this into a socialist state. We're not standing for it. Thank you very much.
These people are speaking it out here. They're letting you know what's going on. John Villarreal, Conservative Media. We're here with Mike Anderson. Now, Mike, you are like one of the big guys in this whole situation. Tell me about what you're doing. Tell me your title. Tell me what's going on. We want to talk to the people out there about what's going on. We just saw a Huey gunship fly over here. It's amazing. What you've done here is fantastic, sir.
Well, this morning I flew in that Huey. That was fantastic. That was motivating. I'm just one of the little guys here. I'm a Gold Star father. I lost my son in Iraq. I do chair the foundation.
We're sorry about that, and thank you for your son's service and your service, sir.
Appreciate your acknowledgement. Thank you. The organization that I chair, the Welcome Home Heroes Foundation, has a large hand in this. Our chaplain, Chaplain Dillman, is really the spine of this event. It gets bigger and bigger every year. You see an MRAP right there.
Awesome.
You see the CH-47 over there that came in. Yep. You got the Coast Guard aircraft over there. There's cannons getting ready to be transported in right now for our 21 gun salute right now, 75mm howitzers. There's just a lot of excitement. There's a lot of people, a lot of tribute. Last night we dedicated the 9th panel of our traveling tribute right here with Mrs. Sally Mansour.
Oh, wow.
You may recall Navy SEAL Mike Mansour is the 4th recipient of the Medal of Honor in these two conflicts, OEF and OIF, Iraq, Afghanistan. His mother was here last night along with a Navy Admiral Select that came up from San Diego to be her escort. We released doves, we dedicated the tribute. It was just really placed to wreath, quite a night of honor and tribute.
That is fantastic, unbelievable. Now, how many crosses do we have here? Is there a certain number? Is that special significance?
There is a special number, and it's very significant. Each cross represents one life that we've lost in these two conflicts. 5,400 and 5457 is the number. 5,457 crosses that represent my son, many of the sons that you see here today, the Gold Star families. Again, that's how many kids we've buried so far in these two conflicts.
Now, there's a lot of people, I don't know if you can talk about it or not, that are against what's going on in Afghanistan, against what's going on in Iraq, and maybe it wasn't worth it, we shouldn't be there. Do you have a personal opinion on that? Do you have anything you could add or put some perspective on that, having been that we've lost these fine young men and women?
Well, I can absolutely talk about it because I'm one of the ones that have lost the most. I've lost my only son.
Yeah.
I'm a pro-defense person.
Yeah.
I think without that, you're not going to be able to have events like this. You're not going to be able to fly all these American flags and see the patriots that you see today and have the freedom and the liberties that we enjoy every single day. So to those
women couldn't vote over in Iraq and Afghanistan before we were there. They didn't have any education, stuff like that. I mean, you know, the good young men and women like your son are fighting and dying to ensure that they have that freedom now.
You'll recall back in January of 2005 when the Iraqi people were able to have an election. 92% turnout for that election. The people holding up that purple ink on their fingers.
Amazing.
We can't get 92% here in the United States.
No.
That's incredible.
That is incredible.
And again, my son was part of that history, killed in December of 2004, January of 05, they're voting. So I'm very, very proud of him.
Look at what he's accomplished.
Say again?
Look what he's accomplished.
Oh, absolutely. I've got a letter at home from General Ardiano to the Commandant of the Marine Corps thanking the Marines for the 9,000 lives that were sacrificed in Iraq to get where we are today. Yeah, very, very proud of all our soldiers, sailors, Marines, and airmen that are serving.
What would you want to let people know out there that maybe they, you know, hey, it's a long holiday and they're going to Vegas and that, whatever. I mean, to take a moment and put this all in perspective about the men and women in the armed services and what Memorial Day means for them and should mean for all Americans.
Well, I'll be brutally honest. You know, before Mike Jr. was killed, I was one of the ones that were going to the lake, going camping, going to the barbecues. This is the start of summer, Memorial Day weekend.
Right.
Yeah. There are a lot of us now, unfortunately I'm one of them, that Memorial Day has a very special meaning.
Yes, sir.
For me and a lot of the families that are here today, memories are all we have.
Yes, sir. Well, this is fantastic. We appreciate what you're doing here. It's obviously touched a lot of people. People are excited about it. I think people are learning about it. Even the people that weren't naturally inclined to the military stuff, they're seeing the people here, the classic cars, the crosses, you know, the weaponry, and talking to veterans and people that have loved ones in the military. And I think it's just a fantastic thing, and we thank you so much for what you're doing.
Well, thank you. Let me add a couple of things real quick.
How can people find out more about you and your organization?
WelcomeHomeHeroes.org. WelcomeHomeHeroes.org. I'm more history on my son and what he does, not about Mike Sr., but certainly about Mike Jr. is CorporalAndersonJr.org. That's C-P-L Anderson O-N-J-R. CorporalAndersonJr.org. Earlier today at noon, was tremendous. We had a C-17, we had a Globemaster come in for a low pass flyby, flaps down, came in out of the east at about 350, 400 feet off the deck, went out, banked left, hooked around, and came back for another flyby, and people were just, it was unbelievable. The noise, the sound here,
that's intense.
Large, heavy aircraft overhead. We had F-16s coming in scheduled for a missing man formation that got deployed within the last 48 hours. There's a little more heat going on than what the world knows about right now. They got pulled off, sent on another mission abroad. And that Huey that you just seen lift off actually flew missions in Vietnam, and the pilots flying it flew missions in Vietnam on a Huey.
It totally looked Vietnam era to me. Now, if people say, hey, I really like what Mike's doing, I want to learn more about it, I want to be able to contact him to support him, what do they do?
Get involved. The simplest thing to do is just absolutely get involved. Go to your local VA, go to your local Marine Corps League, your local church. Most of the churches are certainly behind what we're doing. And it doesn't always have to be local. It needs to be national. You know, our previous president asked for a grateful nation. We need to be grateful communities as well.
Absolutely. Mike, we thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Always a pleasure. Thanks for having me. Thank you.